Because when we insulate ourselves in His promises, when strife comes, what will happen? We will be steadied by His promises. Otherwise, what's going to happen? We're going to question His promises. Does God love me? Does God care for me? Has God forgotten about me? But when I insulate myself in His promises during the restful patches of my life, then the promises will steady me. They will steady me. They will be an anchor for me. They will be an anchor for me. They'll have a steadying influence. They'll be an anchor for me. Otherwise, I'm searching, Lord, why is this happening? Why is that happening? That's because I'm not doing the right thing during the periods of rest. If I insulate myself in His promises during my periods of rest, those same promises will steady me and be an anchor. And they'll be an unmovable anchor during the times of strife. So everything that has been promised to us in His Word is already ours.
Yes.
It's already ours because He has paid for it. He has paid for them with His blood. You know, whatever God has promised us in His Word, He has paid for it with His blood.
Amen.
I need to understand that, right? They're not just empty words. What He has promised us, the peace and the strength and the purpose, everything has been paid for by His blood.
Amen.
But we need to claim it in faith. Our faith, the only thing we need is the faith. Because unless we insulate ourselves in His Word, a time of crisis comes and we will fall apart. You know, just everyone, all the great men of God have fallen. Just like Matthew 12 verses 2 and 3. John the Baptist, you know, when John the Baptist has been thrown into prison, he's been thrown into prison. And we read that now when John the Baptist in prison heard about the activities of Christ, he sent word by his disciples and asked him, "Are you the expected one, or should we look for someone else?" So John the Baptist, the man who sort of challenged the whole Jewish community, who challenged them saying that you are hypocrites and liars and you have forgotten the path that God wanted you to walk. That man is now sending his followers to Jesus saying, "Are you Him, or should we search for someone else?"
Yes.
Because there was a moment of crisis and John had stumbled.
Yeah.
John had stumbled.
Yes.
John had stumbled. So this happens to everybody. This happens to everybody. So John the Baptist is a man who lived in the desert and fed on wild honey, right? That's what we read about it. And he is now in doubt. He is now in doubt. So we should be careful. Doubt comes to everybody. Doubt comes to everybody. But if we insulate ourselves in His promises during our periods of rest, this will not happen to us. And so John found himself in a position of doubt, and he probably never thought that would ever happen to him. He probably never thought that would ever happen to him, that he would be in a period of doubt. So, you know, John was a contemporary of Jesus Christ, right? And John was a contemporary. So he could see the flesh and blood person. But we have His promises. For us, it is His promise. His promises, the promises of His presence, His power, His ability. That is what we depend on. And we need to insulate ourselves.